Hi all! Today we will listen to a story about a legendary fighter who defeated everyone in the ring. Who was able to defeat the most powerful criminal. And we are starting. Let's go!
Audio Jungle.
Fighter Yuri Boyka trains every day and fights with opponents in the ring. He fought for 10 years to get out. He succeeds and now he is in Kyiv. All his life he dreams of real fighting titles. In his prison where Boyka once performed, a new champion has appeared. They call it Nightmare. After his victories, Yuri goes to church and donates money from the fights. This church was built with his money. The Holy Father gives Yuri advice for his life path, and he says that more volatility is not good. But Boyka does not agree with him and says that God himself gave him this talent and it would be a sin not to use it. After some time, Yuri finds out he has a chance to get to a real fight in Europe where you can perform in a big arena and not in prison. Boyka immediately sets out on the road to Budapest. He is sure of his victory. When the fight starts, it becomes clear that the opponent is not as simple as it seems. He was able to land some hard hits, but Boyka attacks because he knows that this fight is very important for him. Boyka knocks him out, but the enemy gets up and continues the fight. Unfortunately, this is in vain, as Yuri got angry and again knocked out his opponent. After these blows, the fighter did not get up. Boyka wins. He is offered to come to the next fight in 2 weeks. When Yuri comes out, he sees that his opponent is now in a very bad state. He starts to worry. The next day he goes in a manager and asks about yesterday's opponents. He is interested in his condition. He finds out that he died like an accident. Boyka starts asking what his name is and where he comes from. He saw the photo and decided to go to Russia to make amends. But there is problem that Boyka is wanted in Russia. But that doesn't stop him. He gives the task to his manager to make him a passport. Also, he decides Yuri. Boyka goes to the city, but at that moment there is funeral of this fighter. During the funeral, a man comes in who tells the girlfriend of the deceased that the debt must be paid, and she has to earn money. Boyka was able to cross the border without any problems. He checks into a hotel. Immediately, he goes to the school where the girls walk. But they cannot talk as the guards pick her up and take her somewhere. Yuri goes to the club where the fights are taking place, and then he saw the girl, and again they couldn't talk. He is taken away by the guards and told that it belongs to the boss. They start to push the guy, but after a few moments he defeats them all. The boss notices. He prizes Yuri for his skills, and he wants him to fight in his ring. Boyka says that he just needs to talk to the girl and leaves. The boss told the guards to keep an eye on him. The next day Yuri was able to get into the school by knocking out the guard. He finds the girl and tells her the whole truth. And she admits that her husband found in the ring with him. The girl got very upset and left. The club trains young fighter, and the boss doesn't like them. He said that he needed Yuri Boyk. A few minutes later, Boyka himself comes to the boss. He offers the boss a jail for the 3 fights, and then he forgets about the dog and leaves the girl. Yuri even agrees to fight with the champion of the club, and he said that he would win. All fights will be held this week, because he can't stop. And then the boss suddenly says Boyka's real name. The fighter is shocked from where he found out. to which he replies that this is his city and he knows everything about it. Near the school, the girl meets Yuri and says that she did not require help from him. There comes the first duel, where the boss is watching everything. The enemy was not to work, but Boyka was able to easily defeat him. After the fight, Alma brings him a glass of water. Boyka asks her where there is a gym to train, because he refuses to go to the boss hall. She said he couldn't train. The next day Yuri comes to school again, where the girl shows him a small gym where Yuri can train. This was the whole of her died husband in the battle with Boyka. It is already time for the second fight, where a surprise awaited Yuri. He had to fight against two opponents. The fight was not easy, but he still dominates. But one fighter enters Boyka's back. Yuri gathered his strength and was able to defeat two opponents. The next day the boss bribes the policeman to bring him to Nightmare's club. Also, he does not really want to, he still agrees. And in addition, the policeman will receive Boyka as a prize. Since he is wanted, Yuri went to the gym to train. In the hall, Yuri has a very sore back, but he continues to train. The girl brings him ointment. Yuri says why she won't leave everything and won't leave, which the girl runs into, since she and her husband built this school for children and leaves. For the evening, the boss visits Alma and begins threatening her. The next day, the manager calls Yuri and says that the fight is coming soon and he needs to hurry. Boyka comes to the hotel and sees Alma there. She asks to tell the truth about that happened in the ring with her husband. Boyka tells her to the truth, that he killed her husband. He rejects what he did. It's time for the last fight, where Boyka fights with the champion of the ring. The fight is very tense and difficult for Yuri, since the enemy is strong. Boyka gets a lot of injuries. Boyka falls and the enemy is already rejoicing in victory. Yuri gets up and continues the fight. He becomes aggressive and hits the opponent with very strong blows. Boyka knocks out Kazmir. Yuri leaves the ring out and thinks that he has completed the task. But the boss tricked Boyka and told him to fight against the champion since Kazmir was not him. Yuri is very angry, but he agrees to fight. Boyka saw his opponent, he was shocked. The fight has begun. Boyka delivers a lot of blows, but Nightmare doesn't even feel them. Nightmare knocks out Yuri, but he gets up. He continues the fight. The fight is very difficult. Yuri exhausts his opponent, and with a kick he was able to knock out Mare. Boyka celebrates victory, but does not know what awaits him in front. Guards with clubs and pistols are waiting for him. The boss takes Alma away. Boyka sees this and wants to stop him, but they start beating Yuri with tantrums. People are running from the club. Boyka was able to fill up and knock out the bandits. He starts looking for a girl. He was shot in the shoulder. The boss leaves with Alma and starts a shootout with Yuri. Boyka kills the boss. They were alone with the girl. Yuri asks if she forgives him, but he does not wait for an answer as he is taken back to prison. A few months later, the girl visits Yuri and says that she forgives him. He was pleased with the answer. Unfortunately, Boyka's dream did not come true and he could not perform on big arena. He went on to fight in prison again. Thank you all for watching, subscribe to the channel and bye bye!